Hello, everybody. Happy Thursday. I don't have my phone on me. Jeez, and I just got I just hit my phone on my desk. This dude. My roommate just sent me $10 when he only owed me 9. Unacceptable. We will have to do something about that. Anyways, hello, everybody. Happy Thursday, April 11th. Yeah, as we do it. Hope you're all having an amazing Thursday so far. Today is practically my Friday, and I'm going to celebrate going home for the weekend tomorrow. We are not streaming on Friday or Saturday. I'm practically no longer sick, but my voice is still a tiny bit shot. You could probably tell. And if anything, you could definitely tell that my allergies are here because I'm very stuffy. But yeah, I hope you guys are having an awesome Thursday. I've had a decent Thursday. I've come to the sore realization that I need to uninstall some video games. My roommate just texted me, sent the money, didn't want my lab partner to know my financial prowess. Oh, that's too good. Anyways. Yeah, so I'm gonna just install straight up a lot of my video games. Not that I play a ton, like I only play about 3 to 4 times a week. Just, I need that time. When it comes to finals, I take it seriously, as you guys know. And so we're probably just gonna uninstall video games until my first 2, which are my hardest finals, are done. We're still gonna keep streaming. This is kind of so I could keep streaming, because, you know, something's gotta give, and I'd rather it be something as unproductive, and honestly, when it comes to Rainbow, unenjoyable as video games. But yeah, without any further ado, coping about video games and time schedules, let's pop over to our main scene over here. Oh, we're sideways, we're crooked, wait. Is that the paper or the camera? I think it's the camera. Yeah, camera, okay, and then we do that. Okay, better. A millimeter difference, but I think it's all the same. Okay, so yeah, today's my Friday, so I'm going to celebrate. I'm kind of like antsy to hop off stream, but we're going to stick to it. We're going to commit. We're going to stay focused. But then I'm just going to play video games, pack for my trip tomorrow back home. And yeah, so let's get started. Using a kind of worn out pen. In fact, I feel like I get better lines when I do this. They're smaller, so I guess it's like... I'm a firm believer, smaller lines are better. I just like it. I think that's my style. That's gonna be a fine point of my style. I like the mix between like an outline silhouette, like if we're like doing a person or something, and for like the interior to be mainly just gradient type stuff, or not even gradient, just like musculature should be color, like tone changes, if anything. Because like, or like hair. I just like silhouettes being on the outside. I don't like black lines being on the inside. It's a bit too heavy. Yeah, and of course, as per usual, even though I don't think we have too many people in here right now, please feel free to drop in chat or in the comments, wherever you may be, what you want to work on tonight. Whether it be studying, working out. Sorry, you have to have my annoying voice in this really chill music. Maybe we could do like a metal stream one day, and we could draw like Ultra Kill or Doom or something. We could play some good workout music for that. But yeah, feel free to drop whatever you're doing in the chat and comments. I love seeing that stuff. And no, I promise it's not a ploy to get more engagement on these videos. Surprisingly enough, while I do care per se about the performance of this channel, I wouldn't say I'm so devious as to feign care for what people are working on. Oh my gosh, my nose is so stuffy. Huh. We have a bit of an issue where this is so nicely parallel. And I'm having a bit of an issue with this one over here. We're gonna move it up a tiny bit and call it that. And let me just check everything on the YouTube side. Ironically, we haven't had any major technical difficulties in a while. I don't want to jinx it. But I'd rather keep it that way. Oh, I just realized. My mic, is it peaking? Okay, it's not peaking that much. In fact, it's kind of normal. We left our settings on from when there was a sick Kav, which is still true, but as you can tell, I'm very not focused today. A lot of my lines are not lining very well. I also just ate a huge dinner. It was probably like 2,000 calories, so I'm worn, you know, I'm tired. I'm ready for it to be the end of the day. Happy to draw. Always happy to draw, but that little siege gremlin in me wants to play. Plus, I had like some really just bad games on my part last night, and I feel like I'm letting down my crew, so just by being bad. Then again, they know that when they play with me. They know that I have priorities besides video games and stuff, and that my aim isn't what it used to be. They're not getting prime cav. Oh, really good line. Expected that one to falter, but my arm is too stiff, though. I have noticed that. These are going to be practically parallel. That's good. Oh, I forgot. I also need to email my professor. I'm a nerd. I'm asking for more practice problems because it's ultimately just a feigned insult that he's not good at teaching and I need to actually do other things. He's not a bad guy at all. I love him. But sometimes, you know, I hate to say that, like, your best sometimes just isn't, you know, but what I've realized, and it's a sad truth, is in university for teaching, some people are just, at the moment, right, not meant to be teaching. Sometimes their personalities, which can be changed, albeit arduous and impractical, some personalities just aren't a good fit for teaching, especially those of ego and stuff like that. No one likes an egotistical professor. Oh my gosh. Especially the professor's like, here's my work. Here, like, you could be proud of your work, but don't be like, you're now a student of this great professor who has done these things. I get it. You're a professor and you've done research for so long and you've made probably so many important discoveries. But dude, you have a 2-credit hour class. Leave me alone. Anyways. Geez, we're violent today. Wow. Small degree, large degree, small degree, large degree. Let's do some foreshortening as well. Actually, no, let's not. Let's keep it simple. Just do some ellipses. So right here, we're in a flat degree, so it's kind of start large, small, small, really small. Instead of saying that, let's say 60, 70, 30, 10, 30, actually 40, 70, 650. 30. Still kind of 30, but we would make it a bit larger just for funsies, so we'll go 40 or 50. 70 again. 60. 50. Something like that. Did I remember any of that? No. Okay for a start, not great. Bit smaller. Man, not that kind of smaller, not major, actually smaller. And then super small. And then increase the degree rapidly right here, a bit larger than that one. And then really large, we said 70, but it doesn't look like it's going to be realistic to get that large right here. And yet, we went way above. Jeez, okay. And a bit smaller than that right here. $30, $40. Oh, my eye. Oh, it itches. I would like to challenge myself like 5 months ago to do this. I wonder how it'd fare. Sound like a challenge, like, I challenge you, ASL or whatever it's called, the American Sign Language. Was it ACL? What was the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge? There we are. I have a strange skill for... I probably should have planned this out. This is still a decent path. Mixing up letters and numbers like that. No, I'm not dyslexic. Ultimately, the reason I really want to play Siege today is because I was watching Snappy clips, and I told my roommate about Snappy, and like he only plays Valorant and Overwatch mainly, never played Siege before, and so I was just nerding out about all the operators and the cool strategies and stuff. Because whether you like it or not, Siege is a strategy-heavy game. Are we in the TDM meta? Yes, but still, you can win with strategy. Just since so many people play it as a game, not a strategy game or like an FPS, I feel like it's slept on. Just I'm not the technical skill to enable any strategy, and plus strategy requires team. And oftentimes when the objective is to win, not to make new attempts at new things. Really solid branch today. I'm happy with that. Here, I'll be right quick back. Star still a bit sick, guys. Whew. And let's do an organic form. Ended off strong. Let's do a really good one. Come on. Snappy, snappy. Awful. What is this? It was good up here because I rounded it off, but I don't know what I was doing right there. Like I said, it's probably not a good thing to tell ourselves that we're unfocused, but yeah. Okay, this one, I kind of draw all of them the same, so let's try to be a bit weird with this one. I want, like, this to be super flat. I want this to be towards us. So instead, I'm going to start from right here in the middle. We're going to do that a bit. Yeah, it's still a bit more open than I wanted. We're going to get really open over here, so I want to fit 2 more. And yeah, no, oops, we went this way. And one back here that's super round. Too much. That's okay though. There we go. Okay, not bad, not great. Definitely dynamic. And speaking of dynamic, that's the objective today. So let's hop into, actually, yeah, solid warm-up. Let's not sleep on that. I think this was a pretty great warm-up, all things considered. Our ellipses and lines are just getting stronger, and that's what we want. Oh man, I drank too fast. I had like a whole, they give you like a gallon of Dr. Pepper there, which is not healthy. I try not to drink soda too often. In fact, I don't even know why I still drink soda. I don't even like it. It's just a dopamine thing. Like the mere concept of drinking soda is great, greater than the act of drinking soda. Anyways, let's stop getting, giving a meta-analysis of Dr. Pepper drinking. Why? Okay then, interesting. Sorry, checking Discord. Always getting distracted. TikTok brain. Yeah, so speaking of dynamic, today we will be doing, drumrolls please. Here we go. A poinsettia. I used to call these quinceañeras. No clue why. And then, yeah, poinsettias. I used to call it that. Poinsettias. Which, like, sounds dangerously close to quesadillas. But, yeah, poinsettias. Poinsettias. Okay. Cedillas. It's it feels weird saying it. Poinsettias. Yeah. And we have 2 pictures. I was gonna do this one, but man, that's a lot of work. It is super dynamic though, right? But this one I feel like we'll get a bit more out of. This is coming out really close to the screen. You know, the only reason I don't like this one is 1, it's not very high quality. We can't zoom in a ton. And 2, there's a lot of cutoff. Yeah, okay, that seems to be the same leaf, but I'm not entirely sure. So what we are going to do is I think we're going to stick with this one. And, man, sorry, my music, I'm listening to the Talos Principle 2. I can't wait to play that game. Probably in the summer. Well, I completely lost my train of thought. Jeez. But yeah, so yeah, this is going to be challenging both in dynamics and in proportion, because whenever you have super dynamic stuff that's like reaching towards the camera, and things that are going away from the camera, it really messes with your perspective, because is this leaf actually bigger than this one, or is it just because they're both pointing towards the camera and one is closer towards the camera, you know? Because like, yeah, while we may know these leaves be really big and coming towards us because they are big, right? These lines are relatively short. Like this compared to this, they're practically the same. In fact, I'd say this one is longer, as you know, that wise than this. Same thing here. This is this small, about this much of a mouse movement. This one is more than that by quite a bit. These, in fact, I'd still say this one is larger. So training your brain to kind of conquer those perspective tricks, and then use them correctly. Oh my gosh, that's why we're here, guys. So I'm going to take a quick water break, and then we're going to march into it. Man, someone just joined, and I'm like, oh, time to take a water break. And we're back. Hopefully we didn't lose our one viewer. I alt-tabbed just to check the views. I was like, okay, maybe someone's joined at this point. Don't worry, I'm not holding whoever you are hostage. Leave me with 0 concurrent viewers. I will be fine. Trust me. And yeah, you don't get to see me mess up my ink. Anyways, welcome. Don't know who it is. Hope you enjoy some Poinsettias. I'm going to refresh my YouTube stuff to just make sure I don't miss any possible chats. I hate it when that happens. I do apologize if I missed that. Move this over there. Okay. Let's construct this in Paint. I'm still gonna do that. Just remember the rules that we're not going to, heavily reference off of that. So let me get Paint open up. I'm such a professional using Paint. Like, what the heck? What the fuck? No, okay, we're not doing those jokes. We're better than that. Everything's set up here. Come on. Go. Oh, that's why it's so small. It's because it's on the wrong screen. There we go, okay. But I just realized I can move my canvas, or I can move like this, and you guys can still see it, and then I can mess with it. Sorry. I've been thinking about just doing a face reveal and just having me here so I can talk to the camera. More interactivity. Not sure if I want to put my face out there yet, though. That's my main thing. Anyways, I have a feeling red won't really work well when it comes to analyzing stuff. I think a nice purple. Actually, even the purple could kind of mess up here. So let's go for a stark green. Maybe a blue. I think a blue would be helpful here. Even then, that'll kind of mix with the green. Man, I need to learn color theory. Because like green would be sharp and that would blend in-ish. But a dark blue would be... I still think that contrasts enough, so we'll do that. How does color theory work? Yellow? Unironically, that's decent. And yeah, pink, I bet, is just awful. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh my gosh. You can't even see it. Also, that reminds me, I need to bind a, goodness, mute key whenever I cough, because I'm still sick. Okay, by technicality. Let's just go for blue, and we'll deal. So, I think we're going to construct it as we always do, by doing a center ellipse for these. And it seems like this one bends over and then into some point over here. So, like that. So, they come out of the edges of this ring, which we'll do here. About a medium degree. In fact, I'd say higher, maybe about 60 degree ellipse. And yeah, the shape of the poinsettias, it has this like narrow tip, then it goes in, and then it quickly goes into this. It's a Pikmin. How do you draw Pikmin? Okay, well, I guess we're doing that. That looks a bit creepy. But yeah, this shape, and I feel like, yeah, there's more of a sharp taper at the top of it, so it'd be sharp taper, then a round instantly, and then kind of heart shaped after that. Something, I don't know, Pikmin style. Cool. So from these edges, we can now shoot these out a bit. These two are going to be interesting to draw. Just via the spine, we'll kind of estimate this one to kind of go out like that. This one, I have to kind of zoom out to see what's going on there. This is the fault of... Yeah, I'd say this one's actually curled. We're seeing the inside, and they actually kind of all dip into here. So we won't ignore that. So I'll say that goes like that. This one, the spine is going like that. And then it's making a little taco. As such. We have, so, center of the ellipse. This one's going out. It's pretty linear. Not very dynamic. This one's pretty dynamic. Going, and it's going to go past our horizon, or border a bit. Same thing here. We have one behind this one, too. Oh, it's like a leaf inside of a leaf. Not making the joke. Oh, man, I just looked at my keyboard after staring at this, like, very vibrant pink, and everything was, like, the wrong color. Seeing the side of this leaf. And then we're seeing the bottom of this leaf. And then, yeah, from there, we'll do our typical leaf construction foo type beat. Nothing too crazy. And then, of course, we have the bottom ones, which will also come out of the bottom. They're a bit just skinnier, but in the same way, they are kind of the same shape like this one. But yeah, I'd say like this one definitely is skinnier. There's not really a better way of constructing like difference in there. We do have this point, but what we're gonna do as usual is we're gonna go do the general form, and then we'll do our sharpened edges. Yeah. And then for the seed pods in the center, what we're gonna do for those, I don't really have another color to work with that I'm comfortable with. Let's do orange. I think orange could work. Yeah. For the seed pods, what we'll do is we have our center ellipse, right? And then for these, honestly, I'm just gonna do a bunch of ellipses in the center. Depending on how large we draw it, we could add contours to kind of convince the viewer that they're around. But I have a feeling they will be so small, given how big these leaves are, that we won't really have to worry about it. And some, they'll take priority visually, right? They'll be in the foreground compared to these leaves, but they'll be behind these leaves, kind of like this situation right here. Cool. And yeah, same scenario over here. Nothing too crazy that we haven't done, just this will be more of an exercise, not in construction, but in perspective and dynamics. Man, I love plants. It just gives you so many opportunities to try different stuff. So just for funsies, we're gonna construct this one. We see more of it, what's happening down here. Here too, is we have like the base of our stems, right? Ah, no, I hate it when that happens. So we have these going on from the base, which we'll draw like this. And what's happening is we have these splits. These splits are going to be super important because those give a lot of detail. And then we have the ones coming towards us. That's also very important. Yeah. And I'd say, in fact, the real ellipse is down here. And we have this ellipse right here and this ellipse down here. And they come out of this. Oh, shoot. Okay, wait. Let's, oh, I drew on the wrong layer. Let's reimagine this a bit. If they're all attached down here, lower degree, and then we have this pod right here. This is a sphere, not an ellipse. They're more like this. Like that. Where we'll have our pods outside of that, right? A little Easter egg basket or something. No, I'm no bunny. And then we go from down here, from our little hidden ellipse, which needs to be moved a bit to the left. Nice. We'll have this stem. So we'll construct it bottom ellipse, stem, sphere. From that, we'll do a kind of something right here. And then from that, we have our leaves, which will kind of go out like this and go whichever way. So if we have one coming towards us, that they're all going to come out like this in this direction, and then they go that way or immediately downwards. So we'll have one like this, as such. Maybe one's kind of going up, one really up in the background. Let's do one like this. It's like a weird spider thing. Sorry for those arachnophobes. And then we have our, like, I'm gonna call it the steeple because I think that's funny. And then we go down. Oh wait, no, we don't want to, we want this, and then it goes out. And then we go around, and then we form the steeple. And then we go back, out, down, and then in. Now, none of them are this dynamic. And in fact, we want these to be a bit higher, the edges to be a bit higher. Because, look at these. If we had contour lines on these, we're going down and in, like this. This is really fun. Man, I want to get into digital just so I can, like, contour things. But yeah, you start to see so what this would look like, and we can open up a new, I'll just go for like a 1500 by 1500 page. I don't know how like any of that digital art stuff works. I just guess with sizes and things, not that I do digital. But for an example, right, we're gonna have our lower ellipse. It's gonna be a lower degree than the contour of the sphere that we'll have above it. So we'll have our center dot, right? And then from there, we'll have our sphere. They are pretty far apart. Okay, that could be better, but whatever. And this will have a slightly higher degree. Oh wait, no. The lower one should have a higher degree, because we're seeing more of it. So it's going to be a bit rough, but I'll tidy that up a bit. This one's going to have a higher degree, so a bit like this. And then from here, we could do our leaf. So we'll have one coming right out towards us. Okay, if we want it pointing towards the screen, looking at this one, it's kind of pointing away to the left. Don't want to copy it totally, but we're going to go out. And it actually does go, I'd say, above the horizon. It visually is larger than the sphere, so we can't let it be smaller. So it's going to go like this, and it's not going to have that much to the left. In fact, it's going to be not that sharp. Yeah. Then it kind of peels like that. And not that long, though. Because the closer it gets to us, the more we're seeing. I guess that's the best way to put it. Yeah, I feel like this bend, I don't know how to do this bend correctly. Because if I make it longer, then it's more to the side. If I make it towards us, though, it looks sharper. So how do you make something that's pointing towards you look like... Let's do it smaller, because I just have more control. I have an idea. That's a bit too extra. We'll just go like this. This. Here's a fun exercise. This is the span of it rotating, right? So here, it's facing directly towards us. So if we had two other nodes in here, let's do 3. What would they look like? We don't really have to do it over there, it's a bit weird. So the distance between here would decrease visually. Let's do the middle first. See, that's my fear, is that curve happening. maybe when it gets closer to us turning like that, it's not necessarily that it goes like, right, too fast. Instead, it starts curving earlier, but still going up. So if we start curving, let's say we're really far. It starts curving, I'd say about right here. We'll add like a little annotations layer, like right here. So this one, we're gonna make it curve a tiny bit earlier. Maybe right here. And then right here. And technically it never curves once we're over here. Because, so that this, and then it would just get mirrored. Okay, let's try this. I think this is a cool little experiment. So here, we're gonna start curving like this, but still we're gonna reach the same height. So we'll do a little, not the most accurate here, but that's whatever. So right here, now it looks like it's going away. Wrong layer. This, and now we start curving. I don't think that was the solution. Creative attempt, but that just makes it seem longer. So yeah, I don't think that was the right approach. Oh wait. Oh shoot, guys. This is just a game of ellipses. And I know how to do ellipses. Major axis will remain the same. Degree will change. So now, kind of goes above that, so we'll do this and then. Almost. I feel like these ellipses were really similar in degree. So what we can do is we'll get a bit cheaty here. What we're gonna do. We're cooking. This will be our left one. Middle one. That's not left. This weird area in between I always suffer with. Doesn't help that I'm tilting my head towards my mic. Okay, let's try this. Will this kind of like swing around? I think so. So that means this is going to get really tight. That's it. So, degree of the inner ellipse changes. While this may be long, if we just did 2 ellipses, and then a bridge between them, so this whole thing is an ellipse. In fact, this little guy, say hello to the little guy because he's about to die. Yeah, so if the whole thing's ellipse, there we go. There we have it. I mean, yeah, so, oh, this is a mathematical question. Does the rate, and rate, I guess, oh my gosh, yeah. I think we just, like, not rediscovered, obviously. That's way too, like, prestigious for what we just did. Prestigious, whatever. But I think we just gave a definition for radians. Because radians, if I'm wrong, is just the rate by which... No way! Because, yeah, an arc length equals, what is it? Pi over r? Or no, r times pi, sorry. R times pi, yeah. Or r times theta. R times theta. And degrees. So that means a radian is just some arc length over the radius. And I was like, what is the rate? Well, this is the rate. The infinitesimally small rate at which it's turning. Isn't that just pi? I could be so wrong right now. I had to get my math friend on this. He's very smart. Anyways, the rate at which you turn is consistent because it's an ellipse, right? Actually, no. Because you're turning really fast right here. I don't know. This is a cool math question. Anyways, we get it though. It's an ellipse. So what we can do over here, took us long enough, is we can get rid of this. And we can do one of our leaves. Oh, okay. It's just I wrote on the wrong layer. That's cool. Another ellipse. Whoops. No, not ellipse. Whoops. Rectangle. Whoops. There we go. So now that we know this, there's no guarantee that we'll do it right, but. Oh, so that was my mistake. I was going really sharp right here and then really down. That corner is much faster than this corner. If we get a zoom in right here, this smooth curve compared to like this 90-degree curve, that's what makes it look bad. But instead now, if we do smooth all the way through, and maybe not, oh, that's the issue. Is if I want it to be longer up here, and it is much larger than that. Something of the sort. Maybe a bit longer, and then down. And then from here, we can do our... And then we go up, remember? It arcs down. We need to follow it a bit above, so we're gonna kind of close in on that distance. We're gonna stay above. That's probably a bit too above. And this is gonna have a bit more of a taper, we just went a bit overboard. And then from here, and yeah, that infinity loop was a bit bad. I think the loop should stay on the inside in this one, so it should be like this. And then we have this, where it's going to go over a bit. We're going to start from over here, in fact. Kind of curve it with that. This is more elephant's ear looking. Man, this is so fun. I like this a lot more. And I'd say like this isn't as sharp. This isn't as sharp. And yeah, we need more of the heart-shaped nature of this, so it's going to get bigger sooner. I think this was too tall too. It should have been like maybe right here. And still as sharp though. Something like that. Oh, that was perfect. Guys, we are cracked today. We're in our analytical minds. Cracking the poinsettia. Oh my god. Also, yeah, I'm just going to confirm what is the rate of turning for an ellipse. Parametric equation. Oh, it's just parametric equations. That's not helpful. Screw parametric equations. I'll say it. Parametric equations are lame. Just use polar coordinate systems. Even though polar coordinate systems are just Cartesian, whatever it's called, the parametric equations, but we don't talk about that because we're too cool for them. We don't need to convert. Just use it in the first place. If any teacher asks you to convert from polar to Cartesian, tell them no, that's for nerds. God, I'm such a loser. Yeah, because the relative rate of change of degree, or like if there was to the horizontal, I guess I'm saying. If you're to discern an infinitesimally small vector pointing in the direction of an ellipse's path, what is its change of angle relative to the horizontal given in rate of change for distance travel as a function of like distance traveled from the origin, I guess? I'm actually really interested in Googling this. I haven't even set my timer. God dang it. We are nerds today. I apologize, everyone. Anyways, we're going to get back to it. Nothing on the page. We're actually going to also just get a quick estimate of how long. As much as I'd love to draw into the night with you guys, let's get a general idea of how long we've been talking about the poinsettias. Okay, I'm gonna assume it's been 25 minutes on the dot because that's when I opened it up in Paint. So, oh, okay, that's Talos Principal. Say hello, everybody. That's John Talos. There, hopefully that fixes it. So we're gonna set, yeah, so 35 minutes remaining. We're gonna take a quick water break, and then we're gonna take an extended break for a second, and then we'll be right back. So we will BRB, everybody. Probably should mute myself too. I'm not gonna lie, the entire time I was gone, I was just thinking about what equation could I haven't taken calculus in a semester, so I'm a bit rusty, right? Especially when it comes to like related rates and stuff. But, okay, we're just gonna nerd out about this for a second. And I could be making a fool of myself, and I do apologize, guys. Do not trust me with math in this instance. But given some, let's say a perfect circle, which that is definitely not, right? We know that some arc length, let's call it an infinitesimally small arc length, ds, is equal to some hypothetically infinitely small d theta. Unless we're gonna give, because, you know, dr equals r d theta. Infinitesimally small theta. So yeah, I guess this is weirdly zoomed in. Because, yeah, we define theta as just a function of s over r. Because, yeah, radian is just dependent on the arc length and radius. That's why a radian works, and why I don't know why we have arbitrary degrees. Don't get me started on that, but... Oh, wait. Then that means... Yeah, for any perfect circle at least, right? Yeah, because I would assume that once you get into an ellipse, this arc length and this arc length, and I kind of drew it to scale, noticeably smaller scales, yet the change in theta is smaller over here. D theta, we'll call this d phi, and this one, or let's call that like d beta. Wait, no, if it's infinitely small, it doesn't have scale. We'll just call that beta, and this alpha. Given... Well, that doesn't make any sense, because beta... If beta is smaller, of course the arc length would be smaller. That's true in this case. Oh, so what we just have to do is... Okay. For... Let's assume we have arc length A and B. Let's call this A and B such that their degrees are, we'll just denote that by theta, just equals beta alpha. And that's A equals B. So if they have the same arc length, oh, okay, that makes so much sense. Because if they're the same arc length, well, guess what? The radius is different. So like, you know, given S equals R theta, that means if these are the same, then, and these are different, right? Because we kind of suppose that like this is much smaller than this. That means this must also be different to kind of like normalize that change, and boom, yeah. I'm pretty sure we covered this in Cal 2 and I just wasn't paying attention. All this to say that it's true for circles of 360 or 90 degrees, like given our artistic degree, right? And probably the mathematical degree. So for circles, it's true, but for ellipses where the degree could be smaller than 90, yeah, I can't attest to that. Anyways, I'm sort of debating making this page just a like just a fun page, but that may just be the rabble-rouser. Cav doesn't want to actually do any work for this drawbox lesson, and also he's just too scared to approach it. So we'll start thinking about proportions. Yeah, because this is a tough one. This is scary. I know for a fact we'll start with those lower ellipses, and then we'll get to our spheres above it, right? And then from there we'll bounce out here, there, trying our best to do proportion with the main petals / leaves. And then up here we'll do the same with that ellipse, kind of just defining it arbitrarily in space, unless we want to do the stems, which won't necessarily help, but could give us a sense of scale. In fact, I think we should do that. Just saying this one kind of goes if we're looking at it, this one kind of goes straight down. So high degree for that. We're also getting a bit blurry. Nope, you back? Yeah, okay. And then this one, we see actually a lot of the stem go like that. Yeah. And then we have our little orbs in the center for the, I guess, seeds or whatever lay in there. I'm no botanist or flowerologist, I should say. But yeah, and then we have our little ellipses that hold the petals and the leaves. Seems to be some smaller leaves in here too. Whatever these may be, these little ones. But that'll come with the sphere. I guess I do want just like practice. That's kind of what I'm saying. Just for these leaves, because they're so interesting and so hard to capture. And there's a beautiful... Oh, the starling staring at me. Hello, starling. Hope your day is well. Enjoying the sunset. Oh, to be a starling on the roof of an apartment complex. Staring at quite a beautiful sunset. Okay, we have 30 minutes remaining. Okay, let's start getting our scales down at least. We're going to pull out the magic ruler. I just want to scale. So I'm going to measure this ellipse right here. And I'm kind of at a loss, I have to really zoom in, which ruins because now I don't know what's going on the right. But if we keep a stable kind of scale, which we'll do this. Okay, no moving it, guys. Don't touch it. Oh, I need to save the scene. There we go, saved it. That's about 2 centimeters. A bit less, actually. In fact, if I was going to judge and just do a sphere, that's 1 centimeter, which is a great unit to have. So the under ellipse... So yeah, I'm saying this is the sphere above, which is about 1 centimeter. 1 unit. We'll start using units to try to distract ourselves. I'd say this one's also practically a unit. And given how all of these are coming out of it, I'd say it's about 60 to 70 degrees. But yeah, it goes down here, so it's a bit lower, in fact. It's probably a unit lower, and then same degree as this, the horizon, like the longitudinal, the equator, I should say, of that sphere. God, we are just nerds today. I apologize. And then, yeah, so we have this, and I'd say probably slightly larger, but we'll keep it symmetric. I'll say the stem just goes straight down for ease, because I'd say this is a pretty, like, horizontal ellipse, like the major axis is pretty horizontal, or the inverse, you could say the minor axis is really vertical to the page. Over here, I'd say this one's definitely, like, at this angle, kind of the way these spines of these leaves are going, you know, it's just at this angle. I'd say this one is, in fact, probably larger, spherical, and I'd say maybe 1.5 centimeters. Oh, only 1 centimeter. We got tricked by illusion. That now it's closer to 1 centimeter than this one, in all honesty. But okay, these are the same size practically. Let me double cut once, measure twice. Measure twice, cut once. Wrong order. You could tell the kind of engineer I was. The one who made mistakes. Yeah, both are 1 centimeter. So we're just getting tricked by perspective here. Nice. And then I'd say the ellipse is, I guess, is that 1 unit? That's half a unit. Then here, half a unit as well. Both are, okay, it's kind of identical. So 1 centimeter diameter, half centimeter, so a radius downwards. And then down here, I'd say this is also a pretty big degree, 70. So these are kind of copies of each other. And then the stem, I'm just going to bring down here. So a bit off the main axis, the minor axis. The minor axis of this one, and going a bit like this curled. And I think that's what we ought to worry about right now. The scale of the leaves. Actually, yeah, the distance apart is very important. There's not really a good way of doing this because they're across. Like so. But if we were, I guess we have to do the L shape, which is the hardest thing to do, IMO, but it's either that or gauge an angle between them, which I would say is like 30 degrees. Like if this was 45 degrees, you know, half of 90, it's not totally there, so maybe 30 to 5-ish from each other, given horizontal, right? I really hope no one's watching this stream, in all honesty. the nerdy terms that I'm probably using incorrectly is, I apologize. Anyways, I'm gonna get a bunch of sweaty nerds in the comments. Actually, man, that was mean. I'm sorry. Okay, so they're exactly 7 meters apart. For the hypotenuse, and about 6 lower, 4 high. So if we draw an ellipse, we'd go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which would be 4. So 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then that one. Actually, it would be right at that 4, right at that 6. So that's how that would happen. 6, 4, a 3 to 4 ratio as we do. But we're gonna remember 6 to 4 because those are 1 units, so it's 1 diameter of whatever sphere we put on the page. And it is going spatially, like 3D. We're gonna have a poinsettia core right here. I'll kind of twist it for you guys so it's kind of like the image. And then we're gonna have one over here, up, and then back, like that. And we're just getting more and more blurry. I apologize. Why? 45, the perfect number for focus. Cool. So, with that being said, we have 23 minutes. I mean, we have to put ink on paper today. Come on. I mean, we did the warm-up, but, you know. We can't have all digital and then joking about doing math on stream. What are we? Anyways. This is my good pen. I always check, like, some of the... I scratch off or wear the ones that I'm like, okay, I don't like anymore. This pack has lasted us ages. A lot of the 250 box, all of lesson 2. Oh wait, no. Most of lesson 2. We got our new pack near the beginning of lesson 2. Cool. Or middle. Who knows? And we're not even halfway done with it. And I keep 2 of the pins actually inside my little Go case, so. Okay. Now gauging where the leaves are too. Because the leaves take up most of the image. So maybe the cores are going to be smaller than we initially intended. And that is, you know, the case. I'd rather things be smaller so we could fit more on the page, but there's also the case of I want them to be larger so I can fit more detail. But since we're not texturing this, we won't necessarily have that problem. If we just did 1 centimeter, right, we would probably have room for everything. If we did 2 centimeters, literally doubling everything, I'd say we'd actually be pushing it. So I say wow. I don't want to lose that much detail, but if we want to fit everything in the page and have a lot of leaf fun, and proportionally leaf fun, I should say, then that is the route to go. So I guess we'll start down here. We're actually going to move a bit up, and if we have this as 1 unit, and it's a circle, so, you know, perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on that one. 1, 2, 3, 4. This one, we're not going to have enough room. So it's kind of fit as much as we can in here, and then we'll bend the upper and lower leaves as much as we need to, which isn't good, but it's whatever. Cool. And then I'm going to go 1 centimeter, or 1 unit, I should say. And this is a very definitive ellipse. And I'm going to go a lot smaller than I need to. Better ellipses have been drawn, and so... I know. No one's here, though, and I bet you no one's rewatching this, so... Especially if they see the math, they're booking it. The very poor 2nd grader math, but whatever. Okay. That's better. Not the best, but it's better. A bit lower. And then, yeah, so we said this is pretty horizontal. Looking at a reference, it may go a bit to the left, but overall, it's okay. And then we have a very large degree. In fact, I'd rather just hit this. Nice. Oh, I feel like the degree should be higher. Okay, one more time, guys. I promise. I promise. This is bad. This is what happens when we're like unfocused and we want to just go do other stuff. But we'll focus up. Interesting. I'm not going to bother to do the horizon just yet. We're going to do a... So we said if this is 1 unit, half unit, and then... I can't control that small. It's very difficult. And that wasn't 1 unit down. I feel like it's just much wider too. Ah, screw it. More warm-up paper. Who knows? That's like 4 streams worth, right? We're still working off the other streams. 1 more. Okay. So, ellipse, major axis, and overall the entire thing much larger. It's still too far away for the tangent of like the sphere to touch the ellipse, so there's a bit of a gap right there, a very minimal gap. Yeah, and still a pretty high degree, I'd say. Go a bit more to the right. A bit up, maybe, yeah. Yeah, I think this is good. Good. Then tiny bit of a unit and then a larger. Magnificent. I think that's it. Now for the very hard part. Let's try to define the other one. So assuming this is 1 unit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One, 2, 3, 4. It's awfully close, isn't it? To a degree that I don't think that's right. Let's remeasure. The numbers don't lie. The numbers do not lie at all. Maybe it's a tiny bit taller, but that's practically it. I hate to do this, but let's just see how close we were. Yeah, that was 9. Wow. And this was smaller than a centimeter. What in the world? And yet they're that close. That almost encourages me to bring it more into the center of the page. Because from that 1 unit, our overall length is 6 units out this way, which we would cover definitely. 3 units down, we would cover definitely. 5, yeah, okay, well, I say we hit this one more time, bring everything just to the middle. Because, like, this is our kind of rectangle now, and we just bring it right here. So our circle would probably be about right here. Maybe move it down just for a bit of comfortability, but... Okay, one more. We hit it. We got this. You know, I'll make the thumbnail just like one of these very empty ones. So this up here, this right here-ish. Trying to see. Because we said this was our rectangle. And we want to move it up here. If that was so, I'll keep it like this. I like this. This up here, which means right here. That's the center. Interesting. Okay. Nice. Very nice. That's actually kind of crazy. Maybe this should be the thumbnail. Okay, enough wasting paper too. Jeez. And then from that, and this is much larger than the other one too. So we'll just be wary of that. And then we have our almost tangent, very wide degree, larger ellipse underneath it. Bit too many passes, but I think that's okay. Then over here we'll have this one. So this unit, then 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe a tiny bit up. That's it. Which just seems too close. I don't like it. In fact, we're going to just double check ourselves. That was 1 centimeter. 6 over here, practically 6. 4 down here, practically... Why? Okay, I'm not actually mad. Like, why am I mad? Like, why is this... It doesn't seem right. I don't accept it. This is the power of dynamics, everybody. And this one was slightly larger, or close to 1 centimeter, so we'll push that agenda up. This is all we're gonna do for today. Hey, what's up, Fatima? Hello. You missed it. We were doing nerd math earlier, so you came in at a proper time. We've been goofing around, to say the least. Don't be sorry. You joined these to do the things that you love for an hour a day, or just to chill, whatever you want. No stress. There's no. Yeah, math. Oh, you're a math. Okay, math is awesome. I agree. Math and physics are awesome. I especially love physics because it's just calculus on steroids and it's very fun. Awesome. I'm glad you can agree with that. Yeah, but no stress. There's no obligation for you to be here. The only reason you're here is just to help you if you need it, to study, to swim, to work out, to cook, whatever it may be. I'm here as like a little echo in your brain saying, "Hey, let's do some fun stuff." We almost messed up here. The degree needs to be, or the bottom ellipse needs to be over here. Slightly less than 45. Oh my gosh, look at that. 45 degrees from there? Nope, 30. Perfect. And then, yeah, same kind of degree underneath it. Aye. Okay, well, that's no reason to quit. We're doing good so far. But yeah, math is awesome. I am a huge math enjoyer. A lot of people hate it, but I think it's just because they don't have awesome teachers like I have. Except for the one that told me I couldn't do it. That guy's a jerk. And I proved him wrong. Huh. Do I still suck at math? Yeah, no one's good at math, but... Okay, great, right there. I think that was a bit too rotated in all honesty. But that doesn't really affect our plants, right? Okay, so let's get started. This could go really poorly, but I'm ready. So our first leaf is the one over here. We're gonna do this one that goes to the left. It's about one of these. Let's see, it's about 4 units to the left. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool. And it ends about down here. Can't let the perspective fool us enough. It's going to kind of go like that. It kind of swooshes towards us a bit. It definitely goes out. Oh, in fact, it goes out. We have to go up, right? So it's going to end up about right here, I think. Boom. And it kind of stays flat. So not only do we go up, but we kind of stay flat. And we have a twist at the end, so we do this and then go around. And yeah, we're starting about right here. We're gonna go up and then kind of go twist. Like that. This one, a bit more on the right. We have a cool like plane twist, like sideways slide kind of motion. We're gonna go out and then around like this. This one ends practically at the side of this one. So it's gonna end about right here. And these share about the same horizontal. And yeah, it goes, if we're gonna drop a line right here. So a tiny bit past, so about right here is where it ends. And then it kind of goes out and then to the side. So a bit of a smiley face. Just a tiny bit. We don't do too crazy, but we'll commit to it. Bit higher than I wanted, but that's okay. Cool. We have this one in the back. Let's do our stems. This one we said is just going to kind of go straight down. This one, we said is going to go kind of like this. Cool. Get an alien with it. I kind of want to redo this. It's a bit too much to the side, but we'll commit and see how it turns out. This one goes straight up and back, and it goes to a point where it's slightly, I'd say, 2 units above the right poinsettia. Yep, 2 units. Wow, we're good. Need to start just trusting myself. So about here it ends. It goes to the right, and we're not starting exactly behind it. We're starting a bit right there, and it's just kind of a straight shot. So like that. Good. Decent line work so far, except for those ellipses, but it's okay. We have one tacoing kind of over here. If that's a verb, I don't know. Is tacoing an adverb? No. Tacoingly would be, sorry. You guys know me and my English, I'm not good at it, sorry. This one goes into the ether. We don't care yet. Over here, we have this one going left. It's kind of on par, I'd say, right here. So it's going to land right there. Let's test that. Yep, pretty much. Tiny bit lower than the top of it, which we kind of did. Nice. And this one's kind of straight out. I'm going to make it bend a tiny bit just to make it look fancy. And remember, we have to go back here and then in. In. Cool. And then this one kind of cups, and it goes out the furthest we've seen from all of them. And I'm going to say that's about 6 units, maybe even a bit more, maybe even 7, but I'm going to stick with 6. 6.5. We're insane. We're insane. So yeah, 6 units. So we're going to go about right here. And the spine stays pretty low the entire time. So I'm not going to expect anything too crazy from it. Just low spine like this. Like that. We have one that's kind of turned on the side. The image is a bit too low quality to tell. So I'm going to just assume it's kind of going from like right in here to the side. This. Like that. Oh, a bit too far. Oopsies. This one goes down, and we can kind of decide what we want to do with it. I'm going to say it's going out and down. And it's going to end up right here. Like that. We have one underneath both of these, and then it's just going to go, I'm going to make it peel out, kind of. This one's covering up a lot of the main. Like that, cool. And then we have our ethereal one. Just isn't like it disappears, right? What a nerd. And we're gonna make it just disappear probably right here-ish. So it's gonna bend out and it kind of just goes up. It's very pretty like that. Cool. Very nice. Let's get to this one. Man, we're steamrolling this. I'm a bit worried. And yeah, this is a bit, maybe, I don't know. Because these do go really far to the right, but I don't think enough to fill up, have this same gap. Actually, maybe not. We're surprising ourselves today. Still a bit upset about this one, but whatever. Let's remember to make our lives easier. This face is towards us. We can see this face. It's not like this, and we're seeing the back of it. It's going away from us. We see this. And so this one's coming towards us. It ends at the bottom of this. So about right here, which is really close. And I'd say it's practically in line with that. Oh, but we can't forget it does raise up. And then end right here. Left-wise, it ends practically, sorry, still sick, about right here, a bit higher. And so yeah, we go up and then out like that. Up and then out. Should have ghosted a bit more, it's a bit wobbly. Cool. This one goes straight towards us. It's from this and to the right and out a bit. Doesn't look too towards us, but we'll worry about that in a second. We have this one coming just straight down. And it should not... Actually, yeah, the center is over here, so it goes a bit like this and down. And it reaches practically where this one is. Maybe a bit higher. So we go from here out and then down a tiny bit higher, so right there-ish. Like that. Beautiful. Let's keep going. We have this one, which kind of just glides along the horizon. It tacos very heavily. Oh, that's nasty. Hopefully my camera doesn't pick that up. I think it did. Try not to rush. This one's practically just entirely horizontal. And yeah, if we did our ellipse more correctly, this would be right here. Oops. And it glides just a tiny bit past here. And it cuts off the top of this one. So I'd say right there is great. Because it's kind of constantly sailing up. And it kind of has a dip to it. It does go up though. You can't forget, so it's going to go like this. That's a bit dramatic. I wobbled my pen too much. But that's a good thing because the taco does cover up the end of that one. And we do have this one coming down. It ends right here, I can confidently say. It kind of goes through the half of these. And it's also tacoing, so we're going to go right there. Okay, that's not good. We're insane. Cool. This one's going to be a bit lower, and we're going to go up to the left. And we're going to do our curl, typically. Oh my gosh, the Taoist principle music is so good. Let's see, this one, I don't really know where it comes from, but we're going to assume right here, and it kind of tacos across like this. Very thinly so. Bit too far, but that's okay. And it has that little curl at the end, which we didn't really emphasize. We have this one, which comes out and then up quite far. I'd say to here. This one goes out and away like that. Tiny bit lower, so we're going to go right there. Nothing too crazy. We have little leaves. That taco. We're going to start with this one on the side first, though. And this one kind of goes away and then curls down and away, so like this and like that. Trying to pay attention to scale. It lands at the same point-ish. Like so. We have this one, which does kind of the same thing. Can't really tell where it goes. It looks like it goes really far down, so we'll kind of do that. And so yeah, we have the tiny leaves now, which kind of jut up and kind of cup right there. One coming from almost the same place, and it's cupping right here. This looks really weird. Oh, this is going to be so interesting, tackling it tomorrow. Let's get this lower leaf down here, which is going away like these. And we have some under, but we're not going to really stress on those too much. We have this one, which is definitely coming off the stem, and it's under this one, so we're going to do... There we go. We got that one down there too. I've got that one. It looks like we have them all. There's a bit of one jutting out right here, but I'm not going to worry about that yet. And yeah, there's some underneath here, but those are also like extraneous. Yeah. Anyways, I think we're going to call it that. I'm very happy with today. A lot of good analysis, and I'm just a bit hyper. I had a really good day. I was about to say dinner, but no, just a great day. Got to hang out with one of my favorites. That's so mean to say. No, I love all my roommates equally. No favorites. But I got to talk to a roommate today. A roommate. I don't want to name them because I'm not sure if they're comfortable with that, but at the same time, I love all my roommates, so yeah. But besides the math, which I guess we'll bring up in the Delano review session today, and besides all our attempts, it looks like a little stop motion animation. Great warm-up, very happy with how it went. Nothing much to say there. We're just getting better at branches. I think it's also the pen. I'm not sure. We had several attempts, and we actually went into Paint, and we tried to calculate the rate at which an ellipse changes, which we did not do so successfully, but we did prove to ourselves that the rate for a circle, 360 degrees, is 1 radian. At least, you know, maybe it's true for an ellipse. Who knows? Here, great. I think we did a great job with the proportioning. I do want to start moving away from the ruler method. I did see the solar eclipse. I didn't see much of it. Wasn't really in a great zone to do it. But a lot of my school went outside. We checked it out. Very cool. It was funny because some people just started like, this is a scam. Because like, you know, we didn't get a great view of it. Still very, very cool. I wasn't able to see it from where you are. Oh, I'm so sorry. Well, hey, just go to Iceland whenever the Iceland one is. Honestly, I kind of want to do that. How much are plane tickets to Iceland? Let's see. I'll check that out after stream. Anyways, very good day. Not much to even say here. Like the line work. This was a bit tilted, but that's the only major critique I have so far. I think this is going to turn out pretty well. The whole thing's a bit to the left, and we could have moved it up a bit more. I always suck at that, but overall, I think we're fine. So, with that being said, today is my Friday. Remember, guys, we will not... my Fridays and like the weekends after this, right? We will not be streaming Friday or Saturday, the 12th or the 13th. So I hope you guys can, the sun is a scam. Yeah. I go to school with some comedians, you know, it's a clown college. No. But yeah, so we'll not be streaming to, Friday or Saturday, but please still do what you love then. I'm pretty sure you guys are capable of doing that without me. Best of luck in whatever tests, exams, meetings, interviews, whatever may be in the meantime. I can't wait to see you guys on Sunday, and yeah, bye for now.